Hello, my beautiful aliens, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here to the Authentically Blue podcast. I am your host, Carlson. It's been a hot minute. I don't know how else to say it than in the British way. Decided to do a live episode this week because I miss you guys, and when I get back to podcasting, I really miss it. I've been prepping for season 3, and this is a catch-up episode, so literally don't have any notes for this episode. I'm just gonna have an authentic rambles episode, back to the OG vibes of the podcast, how it literally began. Okay, where do I begin? Where am I? Well, I can't tell you guys where I am specifically, but I'm in the UK at the moment. Going to London next week. Not next week, in 2 weeks. I was in London last week. I've been traveling a lot lately, and I have a lot of traveling coming up. I was literally joking with a friend of mine, like, I want to be settling. Kind of crave settling down in one place, but who am I lying to? I do love the hustle and bustle and traveling around. Just need to find a place to call home, because home is so many different places at the moment. Anyway, the place where I am, because I like giving an example of where I am in the moment. I am in this beautiful living room that unfortunately I will not be in from mid-June. Just before my birthday. Kind of sucks. I'm moving out, but it's a beautiful cottage-esque living room. It has beautiful brown sofas, and there's pictures on the wall. Like, there's how do I describe this? There's a map of the world in metallic, like metal, kind of like a skeleton of a body. So that's the outline. And around it, there's pictures of places that someone I care for has been. Different places around the world, which is pretty cool because we are in our traveling era. I love it. Sitting on the dining at the moment, I have my matcha with me. Trying to do an SMR, it's not going to work. And for the life of me, I'm not going to drink on here because I hate it when people do mukbangs. It's not for me. The day you guys see me do that, it's gone. And I'm not going to edit this, by the way, so you're going to hear all the ums and ahs and laughing and me getting back into podcasting zone. So welcome. Yeah, that is where I am. What was I going to update you guys on? How has my day been? I will not lie, I wanted to record this podcast yesterday and upload it today, which was Tuesday. I've been uploading on Tuesdays for my rerun episodes, which you guys have been loving. I specifically picked episodes that some of them are my favorites, some of them you guys really loved. So I thought for the new listeners who haven't listened to it, you guys can give it a go. I usually record in the lab, so I will pause if anybody walks in or if I wake people up, which I hope I don't do. But yes, I was going to record this episode yesterday. However, I met somebody, a family member who sorry about that. I met a family member who I knew, but did not know properly, if that makes sense. We're like distant cousins, and we were like getting to know each other, and I was like, oh, you've been to Kenya, and they have been to China for work. And I was like, oh my god, I want to go to Japan so bad because I am obsessed with sushi. If you guys do not follow me on Instagram, which is linked below, by the way, go check me out. Specifically my podcast Instagram page. There is a lot of story times I do, although some people are urging me to make it more professional. I don't know. I kind of like the vibe I have at the moment. It's very authentic. It's very me. And you guys are like my beautiful aliens, so I'm comfortable being myself with you guys. Speaking of Instagram, I have an exciting update for the podcast. Low-key, this feels like a secret, but it's not a secret anymore. I have created a Discord account for the podcast, and I'm going to leave it down below. So if you're interested and you want to join in, I'd love to connect with you guys on there. I think it's a beautiful way and place for me to have all you beautiful aliens together. And I have a few exciting updates to come, and I really want you guys to be part of it. I was thinking of doing a newsletter, but I was like, I think I'll start with Discord and then go from there, and then we shall see. So if you are interested in that, I urge you to go and do that, and then we can chat and vibe and catch up and do all those crazy things people do. But back to my cousin. We were having a conversation, and when I have conversations with people, they just lead to different places, and apparently it's the same with him. I ended up finding out that he was there the week my grandfather died in 2020, which was so crazy to me because I literally blurted out, I'm so jealous he got to go see him live, see him in the hospital, because literally the week he died, COVID happened, and it was like lockdown in the UK, so I couldn't travel out to see him. And that cousin was stuck in Kenya for a while, and I was like, that's so crazy. And I do not know this human being, and this human being who's my cousin, and I ended up telling him, I'm so jealous you got to see him the last week of his life. And he was like, he was in a really bad position. I don't think it would have been good. And I'm like, I don't know, man. That man raised me and he was my life. So yeah, it was a very vulnerable and raw moment, but it kind of got me, what's the word? I was overstimulated with emotions. I went upstairs and I was like, oh my goodness, what is the chances of this happening? Because I've been missing him a lot lately, and different things in my life have been like, when grief affects you in different ways. I've just been thinking about him, and I don't know, it's been an interesting month. I was watching a show called All American, and there's an episode in there. They're gonna try no spoilers, but there's something that happened in the last episode, which is season 6, that's being released. I think it's episode 7 or 8. I believe that happened. I will double check and link it down below. But there's something that happened in that episode, and I literally just started crying. And I was in London last week when that happened, and one of my aunts walked in on me, and she was like, are you okay? She's just checking in, and I'm not somebody who cries in public. And it was just so crazy how, her dealing with that moment. But he's just been on my mind a lot lately, my granddad, and sending him love and everybody else who's died, because life is one funny thing. But enough with those morbid thoughts. It was just funny to me how this person who I didn't know ended up knowing my granddad, and he was like, he actually said something really kind which stuck with me, and he said, if you were raised by such a wonderful man, I'm sure you're an amazing person. And that's some facts. I'm not even bragging, but it's the truth. He was such a lovely human. So yeah, I was going to record this episode yesterday, had that conversation, needed to wash my hair because I went camping. Isn't that insane? The amount of things that have been happening in my life lately is kind of crazy. I'm like, huh? I've been intending to vision board since January. I'm not even kidding. And for some reason I couldn't get into it. But I've been doing vision boards on my Pinterest, and I've linked a specific board to my home screen. So different things I want to achieve, whether that's my driving license, or being on a horse somewhere in Scotland, or going to Cuba, or doing go-karting. 1 second. Whoa, the sleep's getting to me. Or doing go-karting live or something like. That's so insane to me. What's the point of saying this? My vision board, yeah. I had archery on there. I had like swimming outdoors, like outdoor activities. And I had camping for one. And then camping happened. So my aunt who lives in London, her younger kids are in scouts. And they were going for the weekend, and she asked me, do you want to come? And I said, yeah. And she's like, do you have a DBS? For my American listeners or listeners around the world, shout out to you guys. A DBS means like a check the police does for people who work with the vulnerable, whether that's people with disabilities, people who are kids, people who are elderly, just to ensure that they're safe and you don't have malicious intent or like a track record of being a criminal. So I was like, yes, I have my DBS check. Gave it to them. There's an amazing song called CRB, which used to be DBS. It's by a guy called Notes. Should I try singing? I don't know. But this song goes, I've got to protect my heart. Na 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 na. I hang up a phone. I'm like, baby, where you at? Hey, no time for girls like that. I'm way off tune and I'm whispering, but I'll link the song down below if you want to go check it out. So yeah, I went camping. The first night, nobody on this earth could prepare me for how cold it is, and I was raised in Kericho, which is the coldest of the coldest places in the universe. So that was crazy. Second day, my only job was to make hot chocolate. Everybody did everything else. The kids did the camp. They were using axes and saws and built the tents and, did the campfire and the cooking. We're just ensuring that they're safe and healthy. That was kind of cool. It was just fascinating to see. To see all of that happen. They were really young, but it was fun. I don't know. I really enjoyed that. So camping, the most exciting thing that happened on camping during the camp was we went, I keep saying wakeboarding, but it's like, was it wakeboarding? You know the technique the FBI, walkboarding, You know the technique the FBI uses to smother you in water in order to speak, the torturing technique the military or whoever uses. I keep waterboarding, that's it. I keep saying waterboarding, but we went wakeboarding. And if you don't know wakeboarding, you're on a surfboard ish, and then you put your knees on there. You're supposed to stand, but because none of us had done it before, we went on our knees, and you go on it, and then your hands are attached. You're holding like a rope that's attached to something that looks like a zip line, and then you go in the water. To urge you guys to go to my Discord, if a bunch of you join, I will leave a link of me snowboarding in there. I fell in the first round. It was so crazy, so nerve-wracking. And in the second round, I managed to go one round across and then fell off at the turn because the thing stopped. It was insane. It was literally so insane. But other than that, it was so much fun. And there were some cuties there. But swiftly moving on. After the camp, what other exciting thing happened? I attended a funeral because one of the courses I'm studying is being cancelled, and that kind of sucks. But I decided to volunteer to be in the flash mob because I thought, when in my life am I going to be in a flash mob ever? So I was in a flash mob. To be fair, I've only ever danced privately. I never ever dance in public. I have 2 left feet. I will be very awkward, and I would rather sing embarrassingly any day because I've done that when I was young in front of 3,000 people. But dancing, nah, that's just way too intimate to me. Are you serious? I don't know who it was, but one time I was dancing with a few friends, and I kind of got carried away and was like whining and dancing to the beat. And they were so surprised. They were like, "Is that you dancing?" And I was like, "No, that's my alter ego. I do not know how to dance." And yeah, sometimes I get comfortable and dance in front of my loved ones or like people who know me, but I'll never dance in front of people I don't know. Funnily enough, people who are into me, that is so cocky, people who are interested in me, they feel like I was about to say party anymore, a dancer. And I'm like, are these the vibes I'm giving? Are you just knowing me? I don't know. But it was an interesting thing. Another exciting thing that happened in my life is 2 of my cousins are getting married. So crazy. Another yawn. This is insane. Hold on, let me drink some matcha. I will be back. Okay, I am back. I've drank a couple of sips of matcha. Hopefully that stops me from yawning, but it is very late. What do I want to say in here? I have a few exciting stuff planned for season 3 that's coming in late June, I believe just after my birthday. I'm planning out my summer. I have a few things up in the air, literally deciding when I want to travel. Applied for a few jobs, hopefully that works out. I have a date. Someone just asked me out and I thought, I promised myself the next person who does ask me out, I will say yes, because I say no a lot. So I'm a bit nervous about that and excited. I'm going to dye my hair. Oh my goodness. I have not told anybody except you guys. And you literally can't see my hair. But, maybe if you join the Discord. Okay, I'll stop with the teasing. Maybe. But I hope you're well. Maybe